People's Democratic Party has asked Benue State Governor Hyacinth Alia to name the politicians he said are behind the killings in the state. The Benue chapter of the PDP, in a statement on Saturday, accused the governor of engaging in a blame game over the killings. The opposition party was reacting to Alia's comments during a live TV interview where he accused Benue political office holders in Abuja of being behind the insecurity in the state. PDP, in a statement signed by its publicity secretary, Tim Inyo, describes the governor's allegations as an attempt at political escapism, which is not only irresponsible but also dangerously distracts from the urgent and substantive measures needed to address the crisis. The party, it views such reckless scapegoating by the governor as deeply disheartening and counterproductive. According to the PDP, previous administrations recognized the threat and called it by its name, attacks by armed herdsmen, without resorting to reckless blame shifting. The party noted that if it is disconcerting that logic and reasoning seem to be absent from the Alia administration's approach to insecurity, PDP added that such reckless assertions by the Alia administration will surely undermine genuine efforts to address insecurity in the state. The statement stressed that while the governor may enjoy immunity from prosecution, he must be reminded that the Abuja politicians he aligns do not share the privilege. Let's get your thoughts still, Barrister Ndamti, on the statement. You recall that Alia has come to decry the incident killing in Benue State, and on Sunday he actually made a statement. He made a statement on Friday. Yes, I think he made a statement on Friday and Sunday to saying that the people, there are politicians behind the killing of the people of Benue State, and now the PDP have come to call him out over such allegation. Let's get your thoughts on this, please.
Yes, thank you very much. In my view, I think Governor Alia is under intense pressure, okay, to solve the insecurity challenge in his state.
So, but I want to find if he knows that politicians are involved in this attack, there's no way, some people will say in every rumor there's an atom of truth in it. So if you know that politicians are engaged or involved in this attack, you will one way or the other know the people involved, if you do not know everyone actually. So why has he not come to call out names?
Yes, you see, in law there is this principle that he that alleges must prove. It is a general rule. It is a general rule in law that if I call Mr. A thief, I should be able to prove that Mr. A is actually a thief. He has stolen before, and it's on record that he has stolen before, and he has been either customarily convicted or judicially convicted. What I mean customarily convicted, like there are records wherein, in our various communities, we have records in the past. I remember when I was a kid in my community, a woman, a chief's wife, stole from another person's farm. And, then when people take laws into their hands, and before you know it, the youths strip her naked. Okay, so that went to the palace and all that, and finally that action was meted with strict punishment that is due for anybody who does such in the community. So you see, it's on record that such a person stole cassava and the person was stripped naked and danced around community. So at that point we can look at it as customarily adjudicated. But situations where you call someone, like I come up on a live TV and I call someone a thief, that is to say, I am privy to know that he has actually stolen before and he has been convicted by a court of competent jurisdiction. Otherwise, I do not have the temerity, I do not have the powers, the rights under the law to call anybody a thief when I'm not privy to know that that person has been convicted before of stealing. Okay, if you do that, an action will be preferred against you for defamation of character. So, Governor Alia making that statement, I think that statement, in my opinion, is incomplete and premature.
Why did you say he's under pressure?
Yes, don't forget his state is on fire. I saw a video, where arms bandits were ravaging communities. People were running helter-skelter. So one will wonder whether a section of the country is under war. You understand? So we shouldn't blame him at this point that he's making such statement, but he should be guided before he makes such statement. Because he that alleges must prove. If Governor Alia thinks or have reasons to believe that politicians from Benue who are resident in Abuja have hands in sponsorship of the insecurity in his state, then he should be able to do a petition to the state security services, to the police, naming those people. That is what he should do, other than making a frivolous statement that is capable of instigating more crisis in his state.
Okay, let's hear from you quickly, sir. And now what you on this statement, please.
You see, we are giving insecurity so many names in this country, which is very, very unfortunate. Nigeria, as we're discussing today, I don't think, to my informed mind, is not fighting with any neighboring nation. No. I've got the data of killings and destruction between the war between Ukraine and Nigeria. And Russia. Go and check the number of people killed. Very small, despite the bombardment of buildings. Just the other day, we thought of 3 people killed. But you know the amount of weapon, in dollars, Russia and Ukraine have used over close to even more than $100 billion. Sorry, it's more than that. I know what I'm saying. In the war, they have used more than that. But the number of casualties in terms of people, very small. But here in Nigeria, from Boko Haram, we have ISWAP, Lakorowa, whatever, bandit, kidnapping, this and that, S-men. And we are now killing ourselves. And nobody is ready to solve the problem. Let me tell you something for free. The government of United Arab Emirates, about 3 years ago, under the leadership of President Buhari, released the names of sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria. Could be anywhere. Some are serving there. Some are serving in United Arab Emirates. It's a small country. 3 states may be bigger than that country. 3 states in Nigeria. But what I heard from Lai Mohammed, the Minister of Information, maybe and Culture, said that they will not shame those people. I mean, Federal Government of Nigeria, the spokesperson said they will not shame. What I want to say is that the governor is very, very tactical in saying that, and the PDP also is not constructive, even trying to attack Mr. Governor of saying that, because they say the previous, like what you said, the previous administration named it to be what, herdsmen. Herdsmen are just spirits. Sorry, as we're discussing today, if I stay in this studio and shoot a gun, use AK-47 and shoot here, Frank will never leave the studio. I will never step out. I'll be apprehended. But if I have people behind me, if I have people, those coming behind me, Frank will leave the studio without being touched by anybody. Yeah, we are. So what is happening today, let me tell you, is even beyond the state government. The state governor is helpless. I have to say it here. So what he's trying to do is to cry out, like my brother says, under pressure. Is to cry out to see if we can even get a helping hand somewhere. As it is today, sorry, when we talk governor, he's a lawyer. I think, my brother, you are a lawyer.
Yes, I am.
our constitution, I have a copy. I have what you call jurisprudence. I understand does not give the governor power to control even Nigerian police. You were in this state. I don't know where we are, where you were when Amechi was the governor of River State. Commissioner of Police Joseph Mbu commanded Amechi not to go this way, and it happened in Port Harcourt, not in my village Ebuguma, in Port Harcourt. So what Alia is saying, where it could be an accusation.
So why does he not have the authority to...
No. By constitution, does he control? They can send even a commissioner of police that will come and attack him. It is when you are working with the federal government that you can say, "Oga, remove this policeman and give another one." That's when you are occasion we just discuss about Akwebom. If you have a very free hand with them, they can give you a commission that will work with you, protect you. But when they understand that, is that this man is not, though it's APC state though, but there's a kind of friction. That's what is happening now. There's a friction in what is happening. So for me, Alia cannot do anything. Mind you, what you discussing, it has so many factors, interplay of forces, that whatever we are discussing today, we can link religion to it, which has become pandemic. I won't say endemic. It has become pandemic that our government is unable to solve religious killing in this part of the world. Are you aware? One girl was killed in a Shagari government college investigation. Was there any apprehension? Was there anybody apprehended? To my inform man, the answer is no. Nobody. I mean, she was stoned to death in Nigeria. Let me tell you, just last 2 weeks, the 2 Israeli killed in America. The 2 Israeli killed in America by a gunman was arrested. But here, they will tell you, they will give name unknown government. This and that. And it will linger. That issue will be brought under carpet. No, so earlier now, what he's saying, he's just saying that he can talk to the conscience of federal government of Nigeria, because as it is now, he cannot do anything.
So, like the PDP said, is he making a frivolous allegation?
It's not frivolous. Sorry, see, when we say frivolous, are people being killed? Sorry, let's be frank. Are people being killed?
Yes.
So what's frivolous? People are being killed. Let me tell you, ordinarily, it is only in this part of the world, Africa, like what is happening in Congo Democratic. How we take arms, and the state will be helpless. Non-state actors will now be in power of control, and we say there is a liar. When we commit terrorism, treasonable felony against the state, and nothing will happen to them. For many years now, I was told, I've not read the newspaper, that they said, Abacha said, I've not heard, it's just hearsay, that any crisis that government cannot control, cannot stop in 24 hours, that government has hand in it. And you can hear Alia saying, politicians in Abuja, sorry, Alia can be related in Abuja. Sorry, because politicians, as we are discussing today, we have a ruling party in power that has formed what? The government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If your body language is not in line with them, you are in trouble. You will be a governor. Sorry. Now what happened in River State? So people say, why must he stay? Why must he leave government house? Let him stay in government house. You be embarrassed. So the best thing to do is just bow low and leave. So what Alia is saying is not a new thing. To me, it's not a new thing. But the government is failing to save lives. We are giving security so many names in this part of the world. Alia cannot do anything. The ammunition, sorry.
So he's of the opinion that if Alia is saying that politicians are the ones involved, that he should call the names.
And he said, I heard him.
Saying that Alia cannot do anything.
But he also said a point. He cannot, because who are you to profile? You have to profile. You have to investigate. And who does the investigation? Like we have been told, is Allah lying that his people are not being killed? Sorry. When I was a boy in the 80s, a criminal cannot commit a crime here and still come back again the next day or next week. A criminal who kills somebody here will run far away. Quote me anyway, in this country, when I was a boy. So you seeing what we call today, we are built and when you have mobile police, you hardly see soldiers. You know what I'm saying? What is a mobile police? They are more than Nigerian army. I mean, in terms of crisis management in those days. But then even we see soldiers on the road. It doesn't have any no influence, no impact. So ordinarily, when this man has cried out, the best thing for government to do is to investigate. But
because the question will be then, these terrorists that possess most of these sophisticated weapons, who sponsor this weapons?
You heard,
and how come that
you heard the chief of army staff or chief of defense saying that foreigners come into this country. Sorry, about 3-4 weeks ago. It's an eyesore. I can be arrested. Yes, let me be arrested for saying the truth. Foreigners will come to Nigeria. Marauders will come to Nigeria and begin to kill Nigerians. Because we say we have poor border. Who does that? So for me, it's unfortunate that I won't even blame Alia. Alia is giving what we call blanket statement. If you like, investigate. If you don't like, you leave it. But Nigerians are being killed on daily basis.
But I heard about 21 local governments are already affected by this incident.
Is it only 21? You've not said that.
In Benue State.
Now we are forgetting about who? About what? Bronu and Zafra. Now we're talking about Benue. It's a problem that we are sitting to see as if nothing is happening. People are being killed. No nation that when a life is lost, you hear from the leader. Only one life now. Only one life. But if you kill somebody and in the next 24 hours you are arrested, nobody will have the effrontery. It's a law. By law, every human being has that capacity to commit crime.
Okay.
But laws are made to guide my conduct and your conduct. Even what I'm saying here, by virtue of NBC code or whatever, I have to be guided. You know it, as a journalist.
Let's hear quickly from Barrister Damsey on the statement where he made the statement. Actually, I'm trying to remember that. I wanted to ask the question that, okay, yes, he made a statement about Ukraine and Russia where he said there are few people that killed compared to the that in Nigeria. Do you think do you think there's a motive behind this incessant killing? Because you made a statement also where you said it's more like a part of the country is under war. It's more like there's a war going on.
We're under war. It's right.
In a part of the country. Do you think there's an intention towards this action that is going on?
Chidima, you see, in government or in governance, we can only say we are enjoying dividends of democracy or a government when the people's lives are safe, their properties are safe. We have free, fair, credible election. We have the rule of law. The rule of law now, which will now help in regulating everything, regulating even the compliance to court judgments, behavioral pattern of citizens, both the downtrodden and the leaders. But situation where when you tune in your television every day, the headline you see is killing in one part of Nigeria. The next minute you tune the other channel, you are hearing displacement of a community in Benue. You tune the next one, you are hearing what is happening in Benue State. I was seeing a video this morning before I got here. I saw where terrorists held military men on a motorcycle. They dug a very big hole and they were burying these guys alive. God help us in this part of the world. So it is very, 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 troublesome that we have a situation where the government cannot quench this Boko Haram menace, cannot quench the incessant banditry happening in the northeast and north central, cannot solve the herders, farmers, and community clashes, which is one of the minute things to resolve. Is it difficult? Is it difficult to have, like what we have in here in Rivers State? We have a law regulating herdsmen and its activities. But we don't see that in action. We still see headsmen parading with cows on express.
Down inside heart of Port Harcourt, before government house.
Going into people's farm. On my way to my site the other day, I saw a very gory sight where these guys took their cows into a very large farm and they were eating up the crops. I couldn't say a word. I was just watching and filming, because you say a word, you could be attacked, and that's the lonely part. So it's really a shame on the leadership of this country. We must say it without fear or favor, because democracy thrives only when people have the right to call a spade a spade. If I don't have the right, if I don't have the wherewithal, the freedom to come here now and speak the truth, then democracy will die. Then government will just be in shambles. We will have anarchy everywhere in the system. So it's really a shame that this incessant killing is becoming a norm in Nigeria. Why can't the government, where are all the men, I keep asking this question all the time. During the time of President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, we are aware that massive military hardwares were bought. Why are they not being put to use? We even heard in some time that they lost some of the helicopters. Highly sophisticated American-built war helicopter disappeared to thin air without tracking. Oh, come on. What's going on in our country? See, the leadership of all the security agencies really need to help this country.
Oh, well.
Because they know what is going on. Okay. They should call a spade and a spade. If you, like he posited about the names UAE released some 3 years ago, it's a fact. Those names were in the open. What stopped the government from at least, even though they will not prosecute them, but at least invite them for questioning? That will open up other channels of investigation and revelations.
Well, I got your thoughts, gentlemen. Disheartening situation happening in Benue State at the moment. And like you stated, Governor Alia, if he actually has evidence over that situation of politicians involved, should call out names.
Because, he said, you've heard what you did, Abuja politician. Now, for you to hear Abuja politician, it could be in his own party. Quote me anywhere. What?
Well, we will not continue. Let's continue, actually.